Welcome back, Saber fans. Tony here from Ronin Sabers, and today another update video for you. If you're new to the channel, I do install, repair, and review these sabers, so please like, comment, and subscribe. I also have a website, roninsabers.com, where you can find my finished products and sound fonts. So, if you're interested in that, definitely check out the link in the description below. So here we have a pretty big video. I haven't actually messed with CFX in a long time, and it's just came out with some new features and stuff that I really do like, and so I went back, and if you haven't already, definitely check out my Spectre 6 Lightsaber install. That was the first time in a while that I messed with CFX, and so it opened up tons of possibilities of all the updates that have happened since I've last messed with CFX, and so this is kind of a return to CFX, or the return of CFX. Here we have a saber I bought off the Saber forums on Facebook. This is MHS, a thin neck saber. I bought this off of another installer. He designed the chassis for it, installed it with CFX, installed accent LEDs and stuff. Very, very solid install. Now, my goal was to basically have one CFX in my collection, and that was mainly because I was, for sound fonts and whatnot, I wanted to make sure that it sounded good on both Proffie and CFX. Now, my original one, if you haven't already, go check it out. It's my Vader's Vault Hero Gen 2. I've actually sold that saber now in place for this to be replaced by it. This is going to be my only, maybe, CFX saber, but CFX has kind of grown on me, and here's why. So, with the latest update, you can have, gesture features, which, that to me is a really, really big deal. Gesture features was kind of the one thing granted, there's a lot of things that are missing with CFX, but gesture features are the one thing that I really, really like amongst sabers, and most soundboards have them now. And so, for CFX to come out with that update and say, hey, yeah, we have gesture features now, I jumped on board. So, with this saber, I asked the guy who initially installed it to just update it before he shipped it, and then I put on gesture features in my own sound fonts. And so here we kind of show the new features that Lord C, I'm mainly a Proffie guy, that CFX has. Now, this has a lot of nostalgia to me, mainly because one of the Shamim's last sabers was CFX, and as this board came out, CF, the whole Crystal Focus series, has been kind of an old gen board that's spawned across several videos and years, and so with CFX coming back to chase Proffie, it's a lot of things coming back, and so this reminds me of Rob when he started making videos, and Shamim when he made videos, and so for me this is what that saber kind of embodies. And so I have a few Rob sound fonts on here, I have a few of my sound fonts on here, and I have a few CFX defaults that I really liked. And so, yeah, so with this, there's still a few things that CFX is missing. There's still not lightning block, there's still not, there's a version of multi-blast, but it's not exactly how I'd like it, so I don't actually have it on my saber. And then, it's just not terribly compatible with accent Neopixel parts as well. You can do accent LEDs, which is good, which Proffie can also do very well, but their sequencing and stuff for that is a bit different when it comes to Neopixel accents. And so the smooth swing does sound a lot better from last time I heard, and for the last update and stuff. And so, yeah, without further ado, the customer did include, this has a thin neck system. This is a Ben Kenobi hilt, or emitter from the custom saber shop. He's modified it so it has a brass piece to it that added to the thin neck, because this has less blade depth than the Luke version, just by like 1/10 of an inch. And so what he did was he put a 7/8 inch brass connector in there for to hold a 7/8 inch blade, and so that's what I'll be demoing with. And so so yeah, without further ado, let's show you off the fonts. Okay, so if you haven't already, I have a CFX versus Proffie video that actually came out a long time ago. Now, that definitely needs to be revamped, and I probably will be doing another comparison soon, because this has slowly catched up to Proffie. There are, again, things I mentioned that are different, but this has now become something that I'm very comfortable with. It's very easy to put fonts on. It's very fun. And so, yeah, and I've learned a lot from CFX with the tangible font switch, which you can see in the Spectre 6 video, and so, yeah, but we'll demo up. So it has the accents here, both Ember, and then that's the gesture features. And then you also have SMD accents on the board. Oh, right, I have to turn off my noise. And so, you can kind of see that there. You can look at the board. And so, which is kind of cool. And so, I definitely wasn't expecting that. He had talking about it, and I was like, I wonder if I can code those. These are just standard sequencing, so this is what comes default. I will probably be doing like a Luke Skywalker blinking thing on there. But for now, that's what's standard. So, yeah. So first up, we have my custom saber font. This is, I guess, Ronin for Ronin Sabers. That's what I'm gonna call it. Now I haven't put the saber or font up for sale yet. The font is supposed to be for my custom personal font. If you guys are very much interested in it, I will probably put it up for sale, but probably a limited run, probably only like so many quantity of it. And so, but yeah, this is Ronin. And so it sounds very good on CFX and Proffie. One thing that has kind of changed with CFX that wasn't there originally since I messed with it was white swing. So it has a swing bright, it's what they call it, which is quite nice. That's one thing I put on all my Proffie blade styles for myself. Very, very nice. Now for multi-blaster, what they call is Blast M. Basically, or was it blaster? I forgot what they call it in CFX, but basically you blast and you just swing the saber. Now I don't have it on mine, but you have to swing pretty hard to get it, and so it's not favorable for my thing, but I probably will eventually add it once I perfect the timing and stuff and the sensitivity. And so you still have lockup. It is a bit weird because if you point the blade straight up, it doesn't localize in the center. It kind of localizes at the top of the blade, and when you tilt it down, it starts kind of moving more towards the blade, which is a bit weird. That's a bit sensitivity stuff that they probably could work on. I don't know if it's something a parameter that I can fix, but it is a bit weird. It looks better on certain other blades, but yeah. Now gesture features for this one, the way I have set it up is for blade to be up or horizontal and up is to twist on, and you just give it a yank. And then for turn off, you do the opposite with the blade pointing down. And so the timing and sensitivities are a bit off still, and so I like the double twist, and right now it's just a big yank. And so with the Vader's Vault one that I sold, I actually was able to get the double twist kind of feature on there. And so, yeah. Save clashes. You have a mute feature. Quite nice. Again, multi-blast, white swing, gesture features. It's pretty close to Proffie now. And so, moving on.
Sound bank selection.
This is Mando Jedi. This is a font that's available on my website and Etsy shop. This is the combination between a Mandalorian technology dark sword and a Jedi Knight's lightsaber sounds. And so this is my personal sound font that I did release for it if I had dark saber kind of technology. I forgot. Whoa. Has a dark saber kind of style on there. And so yeah. Now for this saber, I did have there's a vented pommel here, and I took that piece off mainly because I wanted to be as loud as possible, so I'm sorry if this is very loud in the video. I'll try to edit it down, but it's very loud. Next up.
Sound bank selection.
Now this is a default I put on there from CFX. This is one of my favorite ones when I first got introduced to CFX. This is called Revolt. I got a normal medium blue on there. No white swing for this one. It has multi-blade timings, and so it's a delayed response, which is kind of cool. And so yeah. That was a force effect. Force effects, you just hold Aux and swing, and then it's kind of a long press to turn off. And so for tracks, you just double tap the power button. Oh. Well, I don't have tracks on this one. Again, this is fairly new. I haven't put everything on there yet.
Sound bank selection.
Revolt.
Gray meat.
Oh yeah, it's Revolt. I put it on the Mando Jedi one.
Gray meat.
Gray meat. This is another default from CFX that I really liked. Since my character is post-Imperial, I wanted something more of original trilogy-esque, and this one and Revolt do it very, very well. Gray meat. I did put a white swing on this one. So you can change colors and stuff too. Just rotate, just like Proffie does. At least that's how I have it set up. You can set it up different ways. Go back to the blue. You can also change blade styles by holding Aux while you're in the color changing profile stuff. I only have about maybe five or so blade styles on here, but like 30 plus colors. And And so yeah. Crazy, crazy stuff.
Sound bank selection. Gray meat.
And so this is another font I wanted to add. This is Rob, or Ash, this is Rob. This is Ashes by Rob from Genesis Custom Sabers. Also, the smooth swing sounds pretty good. The other ones are kind of weird. I probably will be adding Corellian and a few of his other ones on here, just because of old time's sake. Very, very loud, though.
Sound bank selection.
Another one by Rob. This is Korriban. This would be like a Sith, or I guess both of these past Sith fonts have been ones that I've really liked that I associate with my OG character. This hum's a bit weird, but the smooth swing and everything else sounds great. I've always created such interesting hums for most of his sound fonts. Force effects. And so yeah, and then last but not least,
Sound bank selection.
Nightfall.
we have Nightfall. Nightfall is another font that I really like. This is by Lord Blanco, I believe, that I really, really liked as a Sith font. And so here we have Nightfall. Another delayed responses for the blade. So yeah, that concludes the kind of sound... Oh, gesture features, good lord. So that kind of concludes the sound fonts I have on this saber. So far, I really like it. The gesture features are very, very nice. The smooth swing, everything that I've wanted for CFX for so long, it seems. I finally was able to update it, and I'm pretty content with it. And so it still doesn't have, you know, lightning block or other things like that, or sub blades and stuff like that. So like, it's a bit harder to you know, discern all the or compare necessarily CFX versus Proffie. Proffie still seems leagues ahead of CFX in so many ways, and though it's catching up, and I do like it for that, it's still something that like, it's a fun saber because you have most features. It's not a saber I'd use and put on every single one of my sabers. And so CFX, I might make one more CFX in my collection, because again, I'm limiting my collection to 4 or 5, maybe 6 sabers, but this will definitely be one that stays. And so, of course, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was somewhat informative. Of course, have a wonderful day, and may the Force be with you.